Hey guys, Jacob Wheeler here today. I'm here at Wheatas Marine getting my boat ready and everything. And the first thing I do, obviously, when I get ready is to turn on my Lowrances and dial these in. One question I get asked a lot is, how do you set your units up? What do you like? We have just two screens right here. You have your regular mapping and your sonar. Fortunately, I'm running two 12s, and that's pretty fortunate to be able to run these two big units. But if you only had one unit, I wanted to show you guys just a few different ways to look at your units and to adjust your units for whether you're fishing on the Kentucky Lake or you're fishing on the Ohio River, whatever it is. Your electronics are your friend. You got to utilize those. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my pages and actually select my pages. So like for me, if I'm running two units, I'm going to have one unit on a map, and then I'm going to have one unit with my structure scan, my down scan, stuff like that. So I'm going to actually use my structure over here. I'm going to pan it over, and you can pull on the page editor. You can pull individual palettes, whether it's a chart or sonar, whatever you need. You can actually make and customize your own little pages. So I'm actually put two structures right there, and then I always like to put a sonar as well. So now this is going to allow me to, you have my down scan, I have my side scan, I have my sonar, and then you're going to go up here to the top right hand corner and switch them around and switch to, this is exactly what I want, to a different palette or different page view. And this is what's going to allow you to do is, down here on the lower part, you have your side imaging. So you want a full screen to be able to see out to your left side or out to your right side very well, because you want to use that whole screen. And then up top, I have my down scan and my regular 2D scan. And this is going to allow me to really look and see, okay, well, if I see a fish here, maybe not here, or vice versa. Sometimes your 2D will show you a fish inside of some rocks or brush better than maybe your down scan will, or vice versa. So this is going to let me mirror and figure out what exactly I'm seeing on my unit. So that's one of my favorite setups right there. I'm going to go ahead and save that. So now I have a setup what I like right here. And then I'm going to go into, up top, I'm going to switch my palette. I already switched this one, actually, believe it or not, to palette 8 on my down scan. I like to have my palette on palette 8. It just is like more of like an orange red colors, and it really shows the fish really well. And one of the biggest things on your down scan, you're going to go into contrast. I don't like to have auto contrast. You're going to turn him off, and you're going to turn that contrast about 70%, give or take. 68 to 72 is about perfect for what I like to do. So that's about perfect right there. I'll keep this unit on my side imaging on like auto contrast for right now. I will switch my palette up. I like the blue number 9, which is my preference, but you can switch it up to 8. You can switch it up to whatever you personally prefer. And a lot of times what I'll do, the cool thing about Lowrance is I might see a picture or something. We're in the shop right here, but if I see a picture, I might, or see like a log or something, I might mess around my contrast up or down, turn my auto contrast up, and see if I can figure it out better if I go backwards and forward. So I'm going to utilize that unit and try to see that picture a little bit better. So you can mess around with your unit, because there's not always one way to do it. Sometimes I know a lot of people that their favorite palette number's number 2 or number 3. For me, it's that blue color for my side imaging. So just mess around with it. You can't mess it up. Pay attention. You can always put it back to auto contrast or auto sensitivity, which the unit's going to set up for you. And that's really the biggest thing. If you're going to set up one unit for fishing offshore, looking around, that is my setup. So those are the few of the key things that you need to do to your Lowrances. Of course, there's a few more that we'll probably talk about a little bit later. But if you're getting a unit and you're wanting to get offshore this year, learn a little bit about your lakes, and maybe you might not know, try to adjust your units how I just showed you right there, and you're going to be a lot better fisherman and catch a lot more fish. So we're here at Wheatas Marine, going to finish up all this stuff. You guys catch some more fish this year. See ya.